Guys, and today we are so excited. Personally, I'm so excited to have Miriam. We are glad to have you, Miriam.
Okay.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Miriam. I'm a mother. I am a social worker. I'm also a sales and marketing officer at Bytech Kenya.
Thank you so much. So today we are so excited. Miriam has a story, and this story, guys, you don't want to miss it. So I urge you all to just pay attention and listen, and I'm so sure you're gonna learn something. And Miriam,
Yes.
take it over.
Okay, my story is that of pain at some point, but a story that empowered me to raise above my challenges.
Okay.
So every day, my story pushes me to become better.
Thank you so much. So Miriam, take us through your story now.
So I start maybe 2019, where maybe in campus, in my 3.2 years, 3.2, as a CU official and as a very player. Before to finish in campus, and kind of the society had put it in our heads: campus, work, marriage.
Yes.
So I am prayerfully and actually by action looking for a husband.
Yes, you're in fourth year, yeah? Good.
So I'm thinking now it's time to think. Think marriage, think work, think life after campus.
Yeah.
Campus is coming to an end.
Sure. And which was right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to think I was in the right senses today to start.
Yes, yes.
But then at some point I met a guy, tall, dark, and handsome. I find him, and I was prayerfully looking for him. So a few of my instincts were, okay, you prayed and God answered.
How did you meet with him?
So this is how I met with him. But then I had too much, like, the last few months of campus, they're busy. You have projects, you have a lot to do. So as a CEO official and a class rep, then I decided maybe for class rep, I would tell another guy to help me out so that I can at least focus on a few things.
Yes.
And that is what I do.
Yeah.
So how I meet this man is through the class rep.
Okay.
So the class rep one day calls me and tells me, a lecturer by the name this is calling you and says he wants to see you in the office. As a concerned student,
okay.
I tell him, okay, tell him I will be going to the office at this particular time.
And this time you're praying for a man to man.
But he has not, I have not actually known he's the man yet.
Oh.
I'm yet to even find him. So this is a series, this is how I meet him. My class rep tells me, this lecturer is looking for you and he says he wants to see you in the office.
Yes.
So I tell him, okay, please share the number so that I can organize how I will see him.
Yes.
So my class rep shares the number. And
Yes.
I call him and he tells me, hi. I tell him, hi, I am Miriam. I have been told you're looking for me by so and so. When do I see you and why am I seeing you?
Yeah.
And he says, okay, I am at a particular place in Chuka eating meat.
Okay.
How about you see me in like 1 hour? In like 2 hours, so I go ahead with my day-to-day activities. I get into a class.
Yeah.
My lecturer, who was a lady 10, was leading the class. I get to a class. We are doing poverty management, but in between the class, the lecturer calls and says, hi, I am in the campus fields. Where are you? I immediately tell my class rep, I have left my books here. I have rushed to go see the other lecturer who is looking for me.
Yes.
So it's campus. You don't have to borrow permission to walk out.
Of course.
So I just walk
You
out.
just walked out.
Yes, I walk out. I go to look for him. I find him at one of the blocks. We used to call those blocks science block.
Yes.
I find him at science block. Apparently, I was upstairs, the top floor of science block, and he was ground.
Yeah.
So when I'm just going down, here he is. I know him by how he looks because he had been my lecturer.
Of course.
But I'm not thinking anything beyond a student-lecturer conversation here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So by this time, he sees me and he says, I just wanted to see you.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm like, I just walked out of a
Class.
lesson to come and see, because I actually was overthinking. Anxiety had told me I have missing marks. You're not seeing my papers or something, because it's a semester where everything is being put together for graduation and for you to move on. You get?
Yeah.
So I was very anxious about this meeting. You understand? And then when I see him, he tells me, I just want to see you. And my inner me gets really angry, and I don't want to show him out of respect.
Yeah.
The fact that he's a lecturer and I'm just a student, I'm just like, I am angry, but I'm not going to show you or tell you anything. Instead of going to class, I actually went back to my house. It was on a Thursday.
Yeah.
I go to my house and I tell myself I'll go back to the university compound in the evening to look at the program for prayers, check if everything is okay, and then join in the meeting that we were having that evening.
Yeah.
But around 5:30 same day, the same lecturer calls me again. And you actually now come, I tell you what I wanted to tell you. I don't know, it was naivety or
for the first time.
Yes. It was naivety, because a few hours ago he had just told me I wanted to see you. And now it's 5:30, same day. He says now you can come to business law. And let me tell you what I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
And I think it was naivety or something. I wake up, I dress up, and I go.
Well, okay.
I go to see
I can
him.
understand. You are an obedient student anyway, and this is your lecturer.
And I actually didn't think
much.
yes, I was like, it's just a leg trying to maybe, and I have never failed. That's one thing about me.
Yeah.
In my whole
Campus
I
life.
performed the best I would have done in everything I did.
Yes.
And that's me. I do the things to details. If something is not perfect, I would rather do it or not do it either way.
Yeah.
So I leave it at I will call you back.
Yeah.
Later, I discover, I arrive at business block, he's there and he tells me, so you're beautiful. And then it clicks.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, this guy does not want a lecturer-student relationship. He wants more than that. Because now the conversation has gone to you're beautiful, sit next to me, let's have a conversation, you understand?
Oh.
And that's how the whole evening goes, like, actually. Because when he calls, when we are there, we are talking a lot of nothing, because there's nothing much we can detail here, right?
Yeah,
It was just a random conversation with a random guy.
Yeah.
A guy who is interested in you. So
Yeah.
the conversation just goes, where do you come from? You can understand. So,
Yeah, general talk.
yes.
Just
So we
like that.
have the talk like from 6 to around 11 in the night.
What? That was long.
Long. So then it clicks. I kind of have found a guy who I like.
Oh, this is the first day.
Yeah, and I can tell I like him. He likes me because he wants to spend time with me.
And this time also, you had prayed about it.
Yes.
You had told God actually to connect you with someone to marry you. So this conversation, the way it's going, you're feeling like you're vibing together.
Yeah, it looks like it's a vibe.
Yes.
So I'm picking it from there, and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because my prayer, my desires, my heart desires were somebody who is living in Chuka, somebody who is comfortable with the Chuka environment, somebody who is willing to grow in Chuka. Because for me, I'm looking at life like this. I want to do ministry in Chuka, and I also want to go maybe do a little more studies in Chuka University as I do family. Somewhere the second day, Friday, so our friendship, not a relationship as per se, because our friendship now kickstarts that day.
Yes.
So I miss meetings because
you're with him.
Yeah, I tell my chairman on that day, I'm not going to make it, I'm a little bit busy. But actually I was not busy, I was with
this guy talking
a lot of building a counsel in the
air.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we are done. Friendship kickstarts there.
Yeah.
So that's how I met this guy.
Oh.
Yes.
That was beautiful meeting. Anyway, it's just like the ordinary, the way other people meet. Of course, you can meet your better half or your spouse in any way. So this was not different anyway, because any other person meets in a different, their own unique way.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Okay. By the time we are meeting now, he knows I'm a seeing official.
Yes.
He also knows I'm really busy. I am into prayers.
Meetings.
Yeah, meetings. So every time he would call, he'd be like, when you're going for prayer, pass through here.
Oh.
Because he knows, okay, she'll be done by classes by 4,
Yeah.
and then she will not go to the house.
Yes.
She'll be heading for church PCA,
Yes.
Zagani, to
Yes.
organize a few things.
Yes.
So at around 3, I'll just hear a message. I am at science block, masters, library.
Oh.
Please pass through. And I would pass through, and then it would take like 30 minutes, have a very random conversation, then I would leave to go to handle the other things. And probably if I have time, still come back and continue.
Yeah.
Actually, science block, master's library was kind of a meeting point, which is not okay, ladies. No man should meet you in a library and he likes you, though. It's not okay.
Oh, okay.
So he took advantage of the free space. He has the entrance. He has his permission to be in there. So I just tag along.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah, so
understand.
that was the place we used to meet
Yeah.
for a very long time.
Sure.
So now later he started complaining that you're too busy, you don't have time. One of the reasons why that was triggered is because one of the times I was in a meeting in the evening, he called me, can I take you out for supper? I'm like, I'm a little bit busy, but let me see what I can do. Let me create time, I'll come see you later.
Yeah.
But again, the meeting just blows up. I don't know what it is with executive meetings, see you.
Of course, they
take
do.
time.
They take time because you're planning for the whole church, you're planning for the whole campus, and there are so many activities that take place in a church setup. So I understand.
You would put it that way.
Yeah.
But today, having grown up and been in other committees in church and dealing with bigger accounts, I wonder what we were actually doing in those meetings.
Okay, let's say there were important matters to discuss anyway.
We passed a lot of time. We wasted a lot of time with conversations that would have
ended.
And
okay.
that's one of my lessons. I would tell a CEO official today, deal with the business, go do something else. Because tell me why a meeting is starting at 6
and ending at
12.
12
in the PM.
Oh my God. Oh.
After campus, you get employed. It's not the right mentality.
It's not. Yeah.
It's
Actually, it's not.
mentality.
It's not. But anyway.
It's not the right mentality.
Yes.
That kind of messed me up a lot at some point.
Yeah.
Because I sat. Okay, I didn't see it actually because I had a few businesses around the country, but still I would have done better. Yes.
Sure.
So he complains on this particular night. We go. I tell him, okay, I am late. But since you had already prepared supper and you had said you want us to have it in your house, how about I come, pick my food, and go to my house and eat it from there?
Yeah.
Let me appreciate the effort. I'm just being a good lady, you get.
Oh, sure.
But now he has given me a different direction. He had told me he lives in town, Chuka town.
Oh.
And now when I call him, he tells me, actually come, this is the side of the campus. Very two different directions. So when I arrive at the house, it's just a small bed sitter with a few things. And looks very student-like. My mind is like, lecturer, why does it look like a student lifestyle? And he goes ahead to lie to me that the room belongs to a cousin. He's just staying around because it's nearer campus than his house.
Oh, wait a minute.
And that happens. But then I didn't actually pick the food. I can't remember exactly what the conversation went like. But I was like, my friends are waiting for me down there so that I can pick the food and go. But since I can't actually pick the food because the conversation got, I don't know what we talked about and you got mad. And I was like, I don't understand why you're angry. And I left the food.
Okay, how long did you stay there?
For like 10 minutes.
What did you tell your friends down here?
I have gone to pick food from a friend.
Oh, and your friends didn't question?
No, it's high campus. If a friend offers you go for a meeting, I cook.
Oh, yeah.
I actually had not decoded it as a date yet because I am yet to know him.
Yeah.
But he has told me to come for supper.
Yeah.
I have gone for supper. Didn't go for supper because his timing was wrong. It's on a meeting day.
Yeah.
But I still go for the food. But when I go for the food, one, the room is not the one I expected. 2, it's in a different location. And 3, something came up. There's something he said, and I'm like, I don't understand why you're. Oh, he wanted me to wait, to stay, eat, and have a little bit of fun. And I'm like, my friends are
out there,
down there waiting
for me.
So we can have whatever you want us to have. I can sit to eat. I appreciate the effort, but I can't. I remember the food exactly, but let me not mentioning, because I know at some point he might see the video. Let me spare him. I remember exactly what the meal was. So after that, I don't even carry the food.
And you leave.
He's insisting I sit. I'm insisting my friends are down there.
Yeah.
And it's night.
Yeah.
So I need these friends to walk me home.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they get mad and leave, I will have to spend over at somebody's
Sure.
So I leave without the food. So I have actually like gone to say hi. Nothing much has happened. I didn't even carry the
what
food.
did you say to the friends that now that you didn't
I'm
come
like,
with food?
that food is not even warm. I just looked for something and like.
Okay.
I'm not speaking about it, but go ahead and have this food.
Sure.
And the story, and of
Ends
course,
there.
yeah, and I go.
Yeah.
So I think 2-3 weeks later, we continue meeting, random meetings.
Yeah.
We continue seeing each other randomly.
Yeah.
I don't actually think this man actually ever opened his mouth to ask me, let's go for a date. Something I've learned in relationship, if a man does not tell you, I'm taking you out for a date, do not assume.
Okay.
If a man does not ask you to go for a date, like you prepare psychologically,
yes,
you actually are going out with this man. It's not a date. You're friends. A man who loves you will ask you for a date.
Of course.
A man who wants to spend time with you and get to know you better. Where ladies, we are emotional beings. Girls, we are emotional. I understand.
Yes.
But don't date yourself. You can be with a man for 6 months and you're dating yourself.
Kwanza hapo kwa kudate yourself. Every repeat it again,
you
because
can be with a man for 6 months and you're dating yourself.
Because you see, you're dating and maybe that is the time you're building life. Maybe he doesn't have money. Can you attest to that? Yes.
Let the man feel the itch of having you.
Yes.
Let him know that this girl she's a value.
She's a value.
She's a value.
Yes.
Don't be that woman who sits in the house in the morning and you actually how you got that into that house.
Yes.
It was a random conversation. Like we're spending too much on 2 rents. How about we move in? We reduce the rent.
Okay.
That's the man saying that. He's not asking you to marry him.
Oh, we move in.
Yes.
We save on the rent.
Yes.
And might you end up paying that rent?
You might.
And maybe him saving.
Yes. So at this point, I don't want to assume.
Yeah.
Okay, I had mentored well enough and told if you assume, you may try. So I am trying my best to assume.
Yeah.
So when he says I am being busy, he's complaining. I can tell there's an attachment. He wants to be around me.
Yeah.
But I also still don't want to. So I'm asking questions like, are you dating? He says, I'm not dating. I'm asking questions, do you have baby mamas? He says, I don't have. I'm asking intentional questions. Just to avoid being in a situation where maybe tomorrow I will regret. So I have one. You're not dating, so I am safe. My thinking, but men can lie though. That guy was dating.
Not all men.
Yeah.
Some men can
lie.
Yes.
Because when I ask him this question, confidently into my eyes, he's not dating. Yes. Does he have baby mamas? No. Confidently to my eyes,
I'm so sorry, guys.
He says this, the son is about 5 years.
5 years?
And he says he does not have a baby mama.
Yeah.
But I continue, so 2-3 weeks down the line, because we meet in January, February, March, April, May. We meet in May.
Yeah.
So in June, the second week of June, on a Monday, he calls me and tells me, now that you've been so busy, I'm going to bring myself to you.
Yeah.
Being on a Monday, I was exhausted, very exhausted.
Yeah.
So I tell him, fine. Let me just create like an hour or 2 for you.
Yeah.
Because I want to be very intentional about this relationship. Remember, I want it to work for marriage. That's the only reason I'm being very intentional. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you can come. One, if you're not dating, you come to my house. You and I.
Oh.
I am free to have you for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 1 hour. So I tell him I'm tired, but I will have you. You can come. So I cook dinner and he comes. His coming is coincidental because man was not ever visited. Do you expect a call? Where do you?
Oh, where do you stay?
So that call does not come. He just like, I am at the gate. And I'm like, okay. It didn't click. He didn't ask me where I live. He didn't.
How come he knew where you're living?
To date, frankly speaking, I didn't ask details. Okay, after a while it clicked. This could have been one of the reasons I would have stopped him from coming into my house. But then it didn't hit me. I was like, fine, he's here already. And then he comes at the doorstep. Okay, Kenyan homes and every Kenyan room where people live, you are, for some reason, asked to remove your shoes. Yeah. Which I have discovered actually it's very unhygienic to remove movies. Sure. They don't remove shoes. Yeah. So for me, being raised in an African home, remove your shoes, please. At the door. Yes. And he goes, no. I'm a lecturer. Somebody will see these shoes and question. Oh. Guys, remember I was exhausted. So I'm like, I'm not. Okay. So he eats, and then it's around 10. Okay, we have just random conversations. It's around 10. I asked him, hey, can you go home now? I have lessons tomorrow. Yeah. And one of the lessons is actually yours. It's so if I miss, you will not go well. You will know I was well. Even other lecturers might assume the lady is not feeling well, but you know I was not. And again, I don't miss classes. I don't know, for some reason I became very disciplined in campus. Yeah. I didn't enjoy missing classes in campus. Yeah. High school I enjoyed. Campus I was a bit serious. I don't know why. Serious. Oh wow. I was a bit serious about that. So he says, okay, I'm leaving, but could you hug as I leave? Because it's 10. I started asking him to leave at around 9. So when it's 10, I am a bit now aggressive. Please leave my house. Because you can't spend here. I have friends who stay around. Yeah. My class rep was actually a neighbor. And as a Christian, I cannot have you sleep in my house.
Oh, I get you. And you remember, guys, in college, the CU house, the cheerleading for the CU was visited by almost everyone. Yes. So I can quite understand what you mean by this statement. Yes. Like, it won't augur well with the rest. Yes. If you actually allow this person to sleep here. Yes. And in the first place, you didn't have plans for him sleeping.
I didn't even have plans.
And this is at 10.
This time. So man enough. Yeah. That means you want to have him to yourself. Yeah. What happens if you're in a place where you know nobody else is seeing you? You're human. Yeah. You're a Christian human being. Yes. Yes. So if you put yourself in a place where you can compromise easily, you'll be sorry tomorrow. You'll be very sorry tomorrow. So just choose public places. It's wisdom. The Bible itself says free from. Flee. The Bible literally says flee. Yes. Flee. Run from these things that may put you to sin. Yes. So if you welcome the guy you like in your house, you're not married. You will be welcoming sin. And then you will tell us, after sijui kulienda aje, we understand, we also kind of don't know what did happen. You know, you told him, kuja tu ndakupikia kachai for 1 hour.
1 hour went to 10. Okay.
Him to go and he says, hug me, I hug him. Yeah. So the hug gets intense. Yes. The hug, the man does not want to let me go. Wow. I try my best. But of course, I don't know, there's a strength that comes with a man can't handle at some point. If I tell you there's no movement I would have made in that position, and it's a normal hug, I cannot move. Neither can I even breathe because I'm not letting you go. And that is.
And you're in your own house.
I'm in my house.
Oh my God.
So I struggle my way out, and as I struggle, we move towards one of the rooms that had a lot of clothes. I said this because it was on a Monday. I had just and hung a pile of clothes that had been cleaned during the weekend and
Yes.
threw them. You know how we live in campus?
Yes.
Like, I have no time to fold these things.
Yes, let me just push them over.
I push all them over, so wherever they are, it's where we end up.
Yeah.
So I look at him and I am crying and I tell him, please, get out. Leave my house. And he does not question, he just walks out. He was in his shoes, you remember?
Oh.
So he just walks out.
Mm.
So at that time I call a friend, I tell her, I don't know what happened. I tell her, this happened, I don't know if he managed to do anything, but I'm feeling
Funny.
Yes.
Yes.
And she tells me, tomorrow morning go pick up P2 and prep, let's prevent the common disasters.
Yes.
That is pregnancy, HIV.
Yes.
Run, rescue your life.
And there's so many out there that of course they do P2 a lot, especially in campus.
Yes. So I ran. The following morning, early morning, at around 6, I was in Chukatan looking for a chemist that was opened by then to get me P2.
So that you go to class.
I take and then I go to class. So I actually find one at National Oil Center at Chuka. There's just a chemist that is right there, next to Quickmart, opposite Quickmart. Is it Quickmart? No, there's a supermarket. Okay, it's been years. There's a supermarket that is right there, Magunas. So the other, right on the opposite, there's a chemist. They opened. So actually, they opened when I was there. So they opened.
Yeah.
And the man, I would say the man is like laughing from within, because I'm telling him, ni pepi tu. He's like, ni 6. Kwani ulilala?
I can imagine what was in the photo of that.
Yes.
But then those things are bad, because I had one of the doctors came to talk to us and he was telling us, in fact, P2 should be taken once in a year.
Yes. But luckily I had never taken those drugs all through.
Yeah.
So it was the first time.
Yes.
So I also expected this one cannot fail.
Yeah.
So I took the drug and then I asked him for prep. He says, apparently we don't sell prep, but I can make a call. You go through Chuka General, somebody can help you. So that is what I do. I go through Chuka General, they give me prep very fast. So by 8, campus like nothing happened. I'm just walking in like nothing happened. And I have decided to bury this story. Because I'm like, I welcomed this guy to my house.
You're the one who did it.
Yes. We have been friends. And actually, if people who are close enough to me in class, they knew how you just come to class and ask 101 questions to one person. It was like, Miriam, Miriam, you understand when
you was just always asking questions.
So people would like, people got the memo before I did. I don't know why Christian girls get the memo so late. Me, I was just a lecturer who thinks I'm sharp enough.
So they knew.
You're not sharp enough. He just likes you. He just wants you to have.
Oh my God.
Yes, because every time was Miriam. And he'll tell us more. Okay. So everybody could have not understood when I tell them, I don't know what this man has done to me. They're like, but you guys are friends. But we saw you go to the masters. I was not doing masters. So the only reason why you are going to the master's library is to see him. So when you tell us this has happened, we are not at the end. I go back and 2 weeks down the line, I am back to Nairobi because I loved doing ministry. If there's something I enjoyed today, not loved, it's still in me today.
Yes.
It's ministry. So I was having a local church here, which today it's still the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yes.
And I was also trying to see if I could do church planting in Chuka. So I had 2 local churches and a CU.
Remember, this is a very serious girl. Imagine church planting at 4th form, like 4th year. This was so serious, baby.
I was looking for church. I was like my mentor today, who is a rev. I was like, I can't wait to finish campus to go join him and plant this church. I was excited.
Wow.
So I come here. We had a student connect.
Yes.
Where we used to come campus student and connect in our local church.
Yes.
So we had one that a weekend 2 weeks later.
Yes.
So it's in July.
Yeah.
So July around 13th, 12th. So I come. We have a very good time here. My mentors are excited to have me around. I mean, they are excited. A woman who is really out to do the work of God in campus at our age was a rare case. So
It was
they were ever excited to have me around.
Yes.
So I'm doing ministry. I go back. I have exams on Monday. It was a CAT, these mini tests.
Yes.
So I go to class. I am feeling weak, really weak. So I call my dad at home. I'm not even thinking I could be pregnant. I'm just thinking, it could be typhoid, it could be malaria, it could be anything else.
Of course, those are the thoughts that come in your mind first.
And if I knew I was pregnant, I would not even have called my dad. You understand? So I'm calling my dad. I'm telling him, hey, dad, your girl is feeling weak. This and this. And he says, okay, let me wire you money. Go to the hospital, get checked, and then you will tell me what happens. So I go to the hospital. I was very involved with student counseling in campus.
Wow.
So when I go to the hospital, I went to the doctor, was a friend of mine, because she used to come in for mentorship, in and out. So when I go, she looks at me, she's excited. I'm telling her I'm not feeling well. She's withdrawing the blood from me as we have stories. Because, it's just something, it's just a flu or something. Let's just get it checked. We are checking, and she's at some point sending my blood to the lab, and then the lab results are out. She's looking at me. So it's an evening. When I go, it's an evening. There are no even patients. So it's something like we're having a very one-on-one conversation with the doctor, having our time.
Yes.
We are catching up. So how has this been? I was also trying to build my network for after campus for jobs. Yeah. So I'm a social worker. I can work in a hospital. I'm asking her for the opportunities. You understand? Yes. So we're having this very random conversation. Yes. She sees my results from the lab in her computer, and she tells me, "You're not sick." I'm telling her, but I'm feeling like this and like this.
Oh my God, this girl was so naive.
I was naive. But it's not even naivety. Let me ask, when you take a P2 and it's the first time ever, do you expect to be pregnant?
No way.
So
and then maybe back in your mind, you're like, it was just...
And I even forgot about what happened. So how sexually active have you been? Look at her, I'm like, why are you asking such a question? So I'm a Christian.
You are invading in my privacy, guys.
You are my friend. You know how I love God.
Yes.
Why are you asking such a question?
You know how pure I am.
She looks at me and tells me, now that we have your blood, let's just have a sample and put. You see the pregnancy test. The one, leave the strip, there's another one that you put blood on. Yes. So she places the blood and 2 stripes. She looks at me, congratulations. Well, you're going to be a mother. I look at her. What did you say? Who is becoming a mother? So I start crying, and then she realizes, wait, this pregnancy is not such good news to the baby. And I am not even able to tell her exactly why I'm crying, because I'm trying to figure out, dear God, frankly speaking, I was not a virgin. I had messed up way in high school. Yes. I got born again in Form 3. Yeah. So I had a life before. Yeah. Now here I am. I have tried my best to live pure. Before you say. You understand? Yeah. And in my family, I have made my prayer is that I become the first one. Because looking at my elder sisters, nobody's interested in doing things the way the godly way. I'm like, dear Lord, help me be the change. And then I'm pregnant. I was broken.
Oh my God, this is getting tougher, guys.
And 1 minute, I am the happiest soul in the streets. Yes. Just living life. The other minute, I am wishing
life
death.
Changes.
I am wishing death. I am wishing I didn't see the face of the earth. Because I have been doing missions. Our African parents have not been used to, when girls go to campus, they come back home and they watch over them. For me, I had kind of been away from home for a very long time doing missions. And then I'm going to break the news to my dad.
That you're pregnant?
Yes. So I'm like, my dad will not even, she will think I was never out for my shots.
Of course, it's so weird, guys, because as you know, if you remember, you can just close your eyes and remember those guys that were very born again in campus, and you happen to see them pregnant when they are not married. Actually, it was a big deal,
Right.
because you're like, oh, kumbe, you've been pretending all this time.
Yeah.
You've been misbehaving
So
behind
this is
the
the real
doors.
you.
Yes.
And you keep telling us not to fornicate, you keep
Yes.
telling us, you preach a lot of water and you're taking a lot of wine.
I know. And those are the stories your friends say.
Yes.
Oh, so kanakwanga hivyo. And the way she's
And the way she's
the pulpit.
condemning. Yes. And then she, I don't know why Christians, when they address something, it will be called condemnation.
Oh.
If today you tell a lady, the way you were dressed and the way you were portraying yourself is not right, the lady will be like, stop condemning me.
Why? And
I don't understand. It's me trying to tell you, to help you out. It's me trying to understand why you. But most of the people will throw it back to you. Like
Yeah.
the Bible says they will stop condemning.
you should not judge.
Yes.
Of which now, what world will we be living if we can't correct each other?
So
Yes.
at this point, I am broken. I don't know what to do. I called my friend. The same lady had called the first time. So I called her and tell her, you see what happened on that particular night?
Yes.
I think I have the results and I'm pregnant. And she breaks down.
Oh.
She breaks down because she was also a CU. She actually became the CU vice chair lady after me. Like after our gym, she got in. So she's broken.
Oh.
She's like, you're like a mom to us. You are a role model. What are you telling me?
Oh my God.
Are you telling me you are pregnant? So I tell her, yes, I am pregnant. Please help me tell my spiritual parents. This and this has
happened?
happened.
Oh my God, it's so...
On that day, after I tell her to tell my spiritual parents, I am contemplating murder, suicide.
Suicide, yeah.
I'm thinking, it's Chuka, Nairobi Highway, Nehru Highway. These miracles are really on speed around here. So if an accident happens here, it will be just any other day in Vegas. So when I get to campus, before then I called the baby dad, the man who's supposed to be the one responsible. I called him and tell him, I am pregnant, and he says, hello, hello. He hangs up. So I called him again. I said, I am pregnant. He says, okay, I am at business block. Please come. Let's talk about this. And I'm like, okay, fine. Before you take any stupid decision, maybe this man could marry you. Please consider marriage. Hide this thing. Because if I wake up today and tell you I'm married, nobody's in a right position to ask me why. Unless if I will explain to my spiritual parents. But everybody else was not. No. You understand? So I was like, okay, fine. Let me just go and get married. Remember how my desires were to do things right. Oh. And now I'm considering to go through the window, whichever way comes.
Oh my.
I'm considering whatever that comes my way is what I pick. This man is a man who messed up with me a month ago, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. And I'm now considering him.
Getting married to him.
And I'm broken about
to cover the shame.
Yes. To cover the shame. But you know, it's funny how many people have gotten married to the wrong people trying to cover something.
To cover shame. Shame is not your portion. Shame
and not even getting married for the wrong reasons. There are women who you meet, if you hear most divorce cases today, you understand somebody got married because the society was pushing them to marriage. Maybe somebody is in a relationship because every other person in their age mates are all married. Yeah. Or you ask somebody, and why are you considering to have a baby? Because everybody else in my circle is a mother. Oh. And you discover now I was about to join the club. So why do you want to get married, Miriam? Because I'm pregnant.
You want to cover, at least you go with someone and say, I'm not alone.
We have come with the man responsible. Yes. I think I kind of felt like that would massage the pain a little bit. So I went home. I went to campus. I found him. He sees me, but he was in a group of friends. All friends I know. I knew it today. I know them.
Yes.
They were having a conversation. Okay, a random conversation of men.
Yeah.
They are laughing. They are having a very good time. It's a men talk. So they are having this conversation. They are happy, but he notices me and does not even come.
What? Oh my God.
So I'm like there for 15 plus minutes, waiting for him to notice me so that he can.
He saw you.
He has noticed me. I had already made the call and told him the nature of the reason why I want to see him immediately.
Yeah.
And he still goes ahead to laugh and high five with his friends right before my sight as I wait. So at this point I give up and I start walking away. And then he comes and like, see, wait a little bit. I finish with my friends and he come, we talk. I look at him and now I start crying. Like,
yeah, because of pain.
Yes, I tell him, I have gone to my house, you know where to find me. And I walk. So it's a walk of shame from campus to gate A to San Chamber where I used to stay.
Yeah.
So I go, I
That's a journey of pain because you went crying.
Yani, I went literally shivering in tears. You see that cry of that? Yeah. And everybody on the road could like
notice. Remember, this is the CU cheerleader. She has all the motivation, but now this is the time she's broken. That tells you even your mentors can actually get broken, and at that point, the only thing they need is support. Yes.
So this time, I'm not looking forward to telling anybody what is happening. But luckily enough, my spiritual parents had already been told by the lady I had called. I told her to please tell them. Yeah. So when they called in, they told me, we want you in Chuka tomorrow morning. Yeah. Let's see how we can go about it. Yeah. Please come, let's.
So your spiritual parents,
they stepped in immediately.
Wherever you are, may God bless
you.
Yes.
The blessing is huge beyond the world. Because they stepped in immediately. They didn't take like tutamuongelesha kesho.
Oh, like that is the point you actually needed someone to support you.
And that move actually saved my life. Because I'm not sure I would have seen tomorrow if nobody talked to me immediately. Yeah. Because after that, the guy comes to my house. And he tells me, he holds my tummy. He comes in with a friend. And funny enough, the friend they come with is a man I know. Still a lecturer, but his friend. But I know him from seeing them together at some point. So he comes at my door, and they don't even get in. Remember the first time he was ready to get in? Now, right now, he does not even want to get in. So I go out, and he holds my tummy. And says, I'm going to be a dad. Okay. I'm excited, we shall see what we shall do about this. So, and then he says, we have a random conversation of, you're going to be a dad, how do you feel about it? It's me trying to put you like that. And there's some comfort, when you say that to a woman who is pregnant, there's some comfort that comes with it. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, at least he's not saying he's not the daddy.
Oh, yeah.
And then he lives with a friend, and he is sleeping. And
in peace now.
Yes, and my spiritual parents have called. They are also very concerned and want me immediately. So I think that those two actions, him coming and saying, I'm going to be a daddy, and holding my tummy and saying, let's see what we can do about it. And my spiritual parents just immediately moving in, saved my life.
Oh,
it's simple.
Glory to God for those people that support.
Because if one mistake, if you would have said this, it was not convincing enough. But the fact I knew my spiritual parents got me regardless.
Yes.
Held me to sleep and wake up tomorrow, pack my bags and go to duty.
Oh, that is how God saved.
Because otherwise, I am sure I would still have committed suicide. Because my head was, go get hit by a car. And there's no single day you will find yourself alone. But there's a scheme that the devil wants to use.
Thank you. That is the point.
The devil will come into your mind to show you every reason as to why you should think you are wrong. And the instances will be easy. He will bring out the people who treated you wrong. He will bring out the scenarios of what ifs.
Okay.
The scenario of nobody loves me. Because at this point I was feeling nobody cares. Who cares?
But now it was the devil lying to you.
It is because he didn't want me to face the fact, maybe probably if you call your mom, she will embrace you. I didn't think about that immediately. It is me thinking this is a sin, it is so wrong, they will condemn me. I am
And
condemning
I'm better
myself.
off
Yes.
dead.
I'm condemning myself before anybody else does.
Oh.
And that's what the devil does.
And for his work, he just comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Thank you, Miriam, for sharing
he's
this.
working. He's at work. It's JD. It's his job description.
Oh.
Kill, destroy, and steal. So he has first stolen your peace of mind.
Oh, yeah.
He has first stolen. A lot of things are just happening and you don't have your peace of mind.
And remember, this is not even the worst case scenario.
Yes.
Because how do you get pregnant and you think of killing yourself? For heaven's sake. If it's not devil, then who is this?
So at this point, I go to Juja. So I arrive in Juja, I give my parents my story. My mom, my spiritual parents are like, okay, we don't understand. Was it rape or not rape? What was this? Because you welcomed, you cooked. You said he took advantage of you in the house. I'm also telling myself, I don't know if he took advantage of me or I allowed him. Because why didn't I even scream for help?
Oh.
Why?
Yeah.
You should have, when it hits you should have done better. Si hata ungepiga nduru. But I am still thinking then, I didn't piga nduru then. It is me thinking, watu wasijui atafikiria aje unapambana na mwanaume kwa nyumba.
Oh.
So that is one of the, again, it's the devil at work.
Yeah.
Because who cares what people think when I'm avoiding to sin?
Oh, you could have pigat nduru vizuri sana.
And have been rescued, right?
Yes.
I didn't. Because I'm thinking, sasa nitaambia watu hata alikuwa afanya nini kwa nyumba saa hii.
Alikujaji hiyo masaa. So how many people out there are actually dying inside?
In silence, because they are worried what the society
will say
when you save yourself from the consequences.
Such. Oh my
I mean,
God.
you're more worried about
what other people say
than the consequences. Now, when the consequences hit you, you realize you could have chosen what people would have said.
Oh,
so that was my situation there.
Sure.
So we go through the conversation with my mom, and she's like, "This story, even if you were to report it,
you can't.
We don't have evidence.
It's not a rape.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what we call. You didn't agree. He agreed, but you lawyers.
Yeah.
But they are very angry with this man. They're like, if she was not consenting to what you wanted, why did you push yourself? Because I remember, if I've ever seen my dad angry, my spiritual dad angry. His name is Reverend Davis Mawera. He was angry. That day, he was holding his peace by a string. Like, he did what? Pushed. He did what?
Those are the problems you have to deal with, guys, if you allow these things to happen.
And then he was like ready to go to Chuka and face this man. Like, when am I coming to Chuka? Tell him I want to see him. Like a man, like let's have a man talk with this man. Because he did what again? So after that, then they encouraged me to call him again and see how we take things from. They're my spiritual parents. They had they would have told me, okay, fine, if he's ready to marry you, we consider marriage. It's wrong, but at this point we consider marriage and everything. Because they also gave me other scenarios like, okay, this has happened before even in church, in other churches, and even in our fellowships in CU, and people got married and they pray for forgiveness, they are forgiven, and they continue as a happy married couple. So if you're into him, he's into you.
Just get
married. We shall pick your marriage from them. We shall work with you guys as a team. So I called this guy. Now I'm calling him angry and I'm asking him. So now that I'm pregnant, what's the plan? He tells me via call, and I'm in Juja. I have papers to prove I can't make a woman pregnant. So you remember for the first time he said, I'm going to be a daddy. And now it's like 2 days, like I went to Juja the following day, I called him
the next day,
and he's like, I have papers, I can't make a woman pregnant. And I'm like, so you're trying to tell me you're impotent? Yes, I'm impotent. Me, I can't make a woman pregnant. Tell me who that baby is, because it's not mine.
Sorry.
Yes, it was not his baby.
Yeah, that is even more.
All of a sudden, it was not his baby.
I think he learned something. Maybe he learned, maybe, I don't know. What could be the reason?
Do you ever understand? I have never understood. Because from I'm going to be a daddy and I have papers that I can't make, those two statements seem to conflict each other.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I have not slept around with anybody since I joined campus. So this pregnancy, if I am truly pregnant, as the doctor said, can only be
you.
So when you're telling me,
you can't have a baby.
Yes. So I tell him angrily, you actually took advantage
of me.
And then now, you can't make me pregnant. So I've become another version of Mary, Mother of Jesus on earth.
Yes.
And he goes, you go and find the father of that baby. There's no way I'm the father of that baby.
Yes.
And that's how the story ends. And that's where the drama now and
painfully it ended.
I go and tell my parents, he has said he has papers to prove that he can't make.
That's weird, I'm telling you.
And there's nothing much I can do about it.
Yeah.
You know what my spiritual parents tell me? How well do you know this man? I tell them it's less than a month. They look at me deep in the eyes and tell me, leave that man alone. Leave him.
And you started the journey of
leave him.
Being a single
I could not believe. No, I could not believe I'm becoming a single mom.
Yeah.
No. At this point now I started fighting with myself.
Yeah.
I started forcing issues. I'm forcing issues. I come. My parents advised me to come back to Chuka, do the exams. Remember, it's end of semester.
Exam time. Yeah.
Go do your exams. Finish this race strong. You cannot associate with us and you are weakling. Let's them to be of strength and march forward.
Yes.
Pregnant. March forward, pregnant.
Yes.
My head, I must find this man. Now I start apologizing to this man. Aki, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Why are you apologizing? Because I want him to take responsibility.
Oh my.
Telling you sorry. Asking you to please forgive me. I don't know why I was doing that. I mean, I don't. If today I look at that whole thing, unless you correct me, I don't think I was wrong at any point.
You're not wrong. Your intentions were not wrong.
So I'm like, why was I even saying so to him? Just because I would not accept birthing a child alone. I had not seen it with my parents, and I was not going to be the first one. I was super scared. I was so scared that
you could raise your child alone. So yes, Miriam.
So I am begging him. I am going to him at events. I'm looking for every opportunity I would have to see him, to beg. And you know, this is a point at this point I realized I'm actually dealing with a narcissist. Because 1 minute he's super okay. Let me come and see you. How much money do you need? 1 minute. The other minute he does not want to see you.
After begging for such a long time.
I go out for my attachment. At this point, I would have gone to an attachment somewhere else. But in the state I was, my spiritual parents again advised me, please go. There's another friend of ours who was also doing social work. She's still a social worker today, and who was opening her own home care centers. And she was like, we know you. You are a performer. When you begin working, you can just perform. So, despite of what is happening to you right now, let's come. Let's have your attachment with us. Because my house becomes your office as I watch over you and counsel you to do this. And at that point, I needed that. I needed that support.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what life would have unfolded to become
without them.
Yes. Because either way, probably 6 feet down, or probably.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid.
Yes. So
we are living.
Yeah, so many things would have gone so wrong. So they embraced me so good that when I went for my attachment, I didn't have money or anything, but they got me. Because my first clinic, I remember my first clinic, Reverend Mark, a friend of ours, of mine to date, he is the one who took me for my first clinic.
Wow.
He walked me to the hospital at Katani because my attachment was in Sekimau. He told me, I told him I want to go because the previous night my host had asked me, have you even started clinics? Why? Because at this moment she was a mother figure.
Yeah.
She was like,
you need to start.
why are you not eating? Eat. And it's not eating, it was a project. Because I was really slender, like in my 42, 43 kilograms and pregnant. And she was not, it was not adding up. She was telling me, you cannot be like this when you're pregnant. You need to. And then when in sickness and everything. So I do my exam period was also a very tough one. Because my baby daddy was one was coming to check exams. He's there, I am pregnant, I can't write anything, I have not been reading, nobody knows I am pregnant, so everybody's wondering why Miriam is acting
funny.
Why is she vomiting? Is it akongonjwa? But at some point, of course, people are not children.
Yeah,
people are not children.
Of course, they know.
People are not children. So I remember one fateful day in the exam room. I am seated and the leg comes, and whoever comes to the paper is my baby daddy. And he stands right next to me with the papers and puts them on my desk and distributes the papers to everybody.
You didn't talk.
I cried.
Oh my God.
I don't want to see you at this particular time. I am trying my best to write exams. And you in your common sense, you're just choosing to appear here. He succeeded, by the way, at that exam. That particular paper.
In hurting you.
Yeah, he succeeded 100% because I was broken. I didn't write the exam like they were supposed to be written. You know, I didn't do things that were supposed to be done. So if it was what he was looking for, he succeeded.
Oh my. Okay, Miriam.
So after all you said and done, I struggled, not really struggled. For me, because when I asked, because I remember times in tears asking God, so why did I?
In tears.
Yes, why did I have to go through this? And it's God telling me stop fitting in and become.
Yeah.
The aspect you're fitting in. You want to get married to fit in with the society. For the society to be. But me, I want you to become something that everybody can take lessons from.
Yeah.
Like you can just stand and address issues that people don't think they are.
Yeah.
It is me at my age looking at it like, if I didn't go through this, I don't think today I would be right here having this conversation. I'll be just a normal lady out there with zero experience, with zero nothing.
You sure?
Yes, today I'll be just somewhere.
So does it say every pain comes with a gain?
Yes, but I would want it to put it like this. Seasons come and go.
Okay.
But how your season for tomorrow becomes is designed by how you handle today's season.
Oh, sure.
How you handle your season today.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there are, in campus, there are many ladies who go pregnant.
Yeah,
At the same
time.
I chose to fight. I chose to believe that God has
a plan
for me. It was difficult. I made mistakes on the way.
Yeah.
I messed up big.
Yes.
But in the end, I still chose to stand still and see what the Lord is doing.
Sure.
And this is what I've become today.
Wow.
There's somebody else who gave up and chose to discontinue school. Because I remember after I'm pregnant, I am going for labor. Because after attachment, there was one more semester in campus.
Yeah.
So I go back to campus. My dad and mom now have impressed me. They are happy about it. I go to campus. My dad is like, get a bigger space as you give birth so that your son can have ample space, you and your son.
Yes.
So I've been embraced by my family.
Yeah.
And it's such a good thing. I actually thank them for the support they did.
Sure.
Because I think their support has come a long way through the depression period, through the healing period, all that. If their support was not there, I'm sure I would have done worse. But when I go back to campus, I am still begging this man to become a father.
You're now 3 months?
No. I went for attachment. Attachment is like August to December.
Oh.
So all this time I am with my.
So your tummy is even showing now.
By the time I'm going back to campus, I was 7 months.
Oh,
7 months.
You're almost
January 6.
Yes.
Because I came back in March.
Yeah.
6, 7.
Yeah.
So I went back in 6 months.
Yes.
But when I was finishing my attachment, a lot of things happened. I would not say are the best.
Yeah.
A few taught me to be strong. A few kicked me under the bus where I cried day and night and I didn't know what to do about it. A few lessons also told me you don't trust everybody around you. Have you met the church? And the church, how it handles things.
Wow. Able to tell us the story now?
So the church, I am pregnant. My spiritual parents have embraced me very well. I am actually living with them at some point. I am asked at the church to step down, to stop doing ministry, which is okay. I understand where they were coming from.
Yeah.
One thing that didn't rub well with me was the fact they asked somebody in the church asked me to stand before church and repent. That didn't rub with me well because I didn't understand why I was repenting. Because only me understood where this pregnancy has. I felt I'm the one who is being wronged, but you're asking me
to repent.
That he encouraged me. He told me, a seasons like this, only grace can carry you. A seasons at what I was at that point, only grace. I swear even energy, even strength, even mind. Let's say that you woke up because you have the strength. I didn't have strength to rise a day. I would wish I sleep and I never wake up. So the strength to actually wake up was grace.
Pure grace.
So when the church, when this is being decided, he tells me, you don't have to do it. Just go and prepare yourself, but you don't have to do it. He does not tell me don't do it. He's just telling me that the decision is entirely
on you.
But back there in the church, they expected me. They actually have given me dates. So that's why my siblings came in. I didn't tell them. They don't know. I'm telling you God. And I tell you God is my love. And He is my everything. Because after I have been given a date, one of my siblings decides to actually throw a vacation for us as a family.
A vacation?
She says, I think Miriam is going through a lot. Let's go to Mombasa
and have fun. That was actually, it was timely. It was timely.
You know, I left Nairobi. I left my attachment on a Friday, on a Thursday. On a Thursday, I came back to my sister was living at Kiambu Road. I put my bags and went to Mombasa.
For vacation.
That Sunday was the Sunday I was supposed to
apologize. It was so
but I went to Mombasa. And you know, funny enough, nobody called to ask where I was.
What?
My spiritual parents knew they had gone to Mombasa. They were very
but
okay.
No one else?
They were like,
finally. Sorry.
Oh my. They were like, that was kidogo hivi. Simamisha mbele yako.
Oh my God.
So I found myself in Mombasa that Sunday. I was supposed
to apologize.
And nobody in church called to ask, you were supposed to be here to do this. Where were you? To do that.
Nobody called.
Nobody has actually ever
so your sister came in handy.
Yeah, they didn't even. They made hear this now. I didn't even tell them what they had done for me. They had saved me.
It was shameful actually.
And you know, they saved me. I didn't even tell them because they also learned I was pregnant. They were not happy about it. They had reacted in different ways. So when they said this, I was like, okay, me, I'm coming. But I didn't even enjoy the vacation. I was still even depressed.
I understand.